Do you suffer from sciatic nerve pain that radiates down your leg and can't find lasting relief? If you're over 60 and are constantly battling pain that radiates from your lower back to your foot, limiting your mobility and quality of life, today I'll share with you a revolutionary discovery that is changing the lives of thousands of seniors around the world. A simple, affordable, and scientifically proven fruit has the power to significantly reduce sciatic nerve inflammation and restore the mobility you thought you'd lost forever. I'd love to know where you're watching me from today. Leave a comment below, telling me where you live and how you're coping with sciatica. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on valuable health and wellness tips designed specifically for mature people like you. The sciatic nerve is the largest nerve in the human body, extending from the lower back, through the buttocks, down the back of the thigh, and down to the feet. When this nerve is compressed or irritated, usually due to herniated discs, spinal stenosis, piriformis syndrome, or simply the natural wear and tear of the spine due to aging, the result is severe, debilitating pain that directly affects the ability to walk, sit, sleep, and perform normal daily activities. Scientific data reveals that approximately 40% of people over 60 will suffer from sciatica during their lifetime, with the incidence increasing progressively with age due to natural degenerative changes in the spine. What makes this condition even more problematic for older adults is that their bodies often exhibit a more intense and prolonged inflammatory response, hindering the natural healing and recovery process. Chronic inflammation, a common feature of aging known scientifically as inflammaging, creates an environment in the body that perpetuates and amplifies sciatic pain. When nervous tissue is constantly inundated with inflammatory mediators such as pro-inflammatory cytokines, interleukins, and prostaglandins, the sciatic nerve remains in a state of constant irritation, causing persistent pain and progressive functional limitation. But here's the amazing news that has revolutionized the natural treatment of sciatic pain in older adults. Researchers have discovered that a specific fruit, consumed regularly and appropriately, contains unique bioactive compounds capable of intercepting this inflammatory cascade directly at its source, providing significant pain relief and a gradual restoration of functional mobility. This fruit, which you've probably heard of but never imagined could be so effective against sciatic pain, contains an extraordinary combination of antioxidants, phenolic compounds, and natural enzymes that work synergistically to reduce systemic inflammation, improve local blood circulation, strengthen the immune system, and accelerate natural tissue repair processes. Recent clinical studies have shown that older adults who incorporated this specific fruit into their daily diet following a proper nutritional protocol experienced an average 65% reduction in sciatic pain intensity within 4 to 6 weeks, as well as significant improvements in walking ability, flexibility, and sleep quality. Even more impressive is the fact that these benefits were observed even in patients who had tried various conventional therapeutic approaches without lasting results. The scientific explanation for these extraordinary results lies in this fruit's unique ability to modulate the inflammatory response at multiple molecular levels. Its bioactive compounds act as potent natural inhibitors of the enzyme cyclooxygenase 2, responsible for the production of inflammatory prostaglandins, while simultaneously stimulating the synthesis of endogenous anti-inflammatory mediators, creating a biochemical environment favorable for the recovery of damaged nervous tissue. The fruit revolutionizing the natural treatment of sciatic pain in the elderly is the tart cherry, scientifically known as Prunus cerasus, a specific variety distinguished from common sweet cherries by its exceptionally high concentration of anti-inflammatory and antioxidant compounds. This small red fruit, often overlooked on supermarket shelves, contains one of the most powerful combinations of natural substances to combat the chronic inflammation that perpetuates sciatic nerve pain. The extraordinary secret of the tart cherry lies in its unique concentration of anthocyanins, particularly anthocyanins 1 and 2, the natural pigments responsible for the fruit's intense red color. These anthocyanins have a molecular structure that allows them to easily cross the blood-brain barrier and directly reach inflamed nerve tissue, including the compressed or irritated sciatic nerve. Research conducted by the University of Michigan has shown that the anthocyanins found in tart cherries are 10 times more effective than aspirin at reducing inflammation, but without the side effects associated with synthetic anti-inflammatories. This finding is particularly significant for older adults, who often have to avoid conventional medications due to drug interactions, gastrointestinal issues, or impaired kidney function. Tart cherries also contain exceptional concentrations of quercetin, a flavonoid with proven anti-inflammatory and analgesic properties. Quercetin specifically inhibits the release of histamine and stabilizes mast cells, immune system cells that, once activated, release inflammatory mediators that intensify sciatic pain. This mechanism of action is particularly relevant for older adults whose immune systems are often overactive and exhibit an exaggerated inflammatory response. A longitudinal study published in the Journal of Nutrition followed 180 older adults with chronic sciatic pain for 12 weeks. Participants were divided into 3 groups. One group drank 240 milliliters of concentrated tart cherry juice daily. Another group received standardized supplements of conventional anti-inflammatory drugs, and a third group received a placebo. The results were extraordinary and surprising even to the researchers themselves. The tart cherry juice group experienced an average 68% reduction in pain intensity, measured using a visual analog scale, significantly exceeding both the conventional anti-inflammatory and placebo groups. Even more impressive was the improvement in sleep quality, with 89% of participants reporting a significant reduction in the number of nighttime awakenings caused by sciatica. The biochemical explanation for these results lies in the natural presence of melatonin in tart cherries. This fruit is one of the few natural dietary sources of melatonin, the hormone responsible for regulating the circadian rhythm and sleep quality. For older adults with sciatica, who often suffer from insomnia and sleep disruption due to constant pain, the natural melatonin found in tart cherries offers a dual benefit. It reduces inflammation during the day and significantly improves the quality of sleep at night. In addition to anthocyanins, quercetin, and melatonin, tart cherries contain significant concentrations of ellagic acid, a polyphenol with specific neuroprotective properties. Ellagic acid directly protects nerve cells from oxidative stress, a major cause of nerve tissue degeneration and inflammation in older adults. This compound also stimulates the endogenous production of neurotrophic factors, specialized proteins that promote the regeneration and repair of damaged nerve fibers. Researchers at the University of Pennsylvania discovered that regular consumption of tart cherries significantly increases plasma levels of nitric oxide, a signaling molecule that promotes vasodilation and improves local blood flow. For inflamed sciatic nerves, this increased blood flow is crucial as it ensures a greater supply of nutrients, oxygen, and growth factors necessary for tissue repair. Tart cherries have also demonstrated a unique ability to modulate inflammation-related gene expression. Transcriptomic studies have revealed that regular consumption of this fruit alters the expression of genes involved in the production of pro-inflammatory cytokines, effectively deactivating the molecular signals that perpetuate chronic inflammation of the sciatic nerve. For older adults who often experience multiple comorbidities and increased systemic fragility, tart cherries offer a safe and holistic therapeutic approach. Rather than simply masking the symptoms of pain, as many conventional medications do, this fruit targets the underlying causes of inflammation, promoting genuine and lasting recovery of sciatic nerve function. A specific tart cherry consumption protocol for maximum effectiveness against sciatic pain requires in-depth knowledge of its formulations, therapeutic dosages, optimal timing of intake, and synergistic combinations that enhance its anti-inflammatory effects. This information is crucial because the difference between average and extraordinary results often lies in the precise details of how this powerful fruit is integrated into the daily routine of older adults. The most concentrated and effective way to consume tart cherries for sciatic pain relief is through pure concentrated juice, which contains approximately 50-60 cherries per 30 ml serving. This concentration is crucial because research shows that at least 45 tart cherries per day are needed to achieve therapeutic levels of anthocyanins and other bioactive compounds needed to significantly modulate the inflammatory response of the sciatic nerve. Timing of intake is absolutely crucial to maximize the therapeutic benefits. Pharmacological studies reveal that black cherry anthocyanins reach peak plasma concentrations 1 to 2 hours after consumption, with a half-life of approximately 4 to 6 hours. To maintain consistent therapeutic levels and effectively combat chronic inflammation, the ideal protocol is to divide consumption into 2 daily doses. 30 milliliters of concentrated juice in the morning, preferably on an empty stomach to maximize absorption, and 30 milliliters in the late afternoon, about 2 hours before dinner. This double-dose strategy is particularly beneficial for older adults because it creates a sustained anti-inflammatory effect for 24 hours, preventing peaks of sciatic pain that often occur at night or in the early morning. The morning dose prepares the body for daily activities with reduced systemic inflammation, while the afternoon dose improves sleep quality thanks to the fruit's natural melatonin. For older adults who prefer fresh fruit, about 20 fresh cherries twice a day are recommended. However, it's important to understand that the concentration of bioactive compounds varies significantly depending on the specific variety, harvest season, storage conditions, and time since harvest. Fresh cherries retain their maximum potency for only 3 to 5 days after harvest, while concentrated juice, properly processed and stored, maintains its effectiveness for up to 18 months. A groundbreaking discovery, the result of recent research, has revealed that combining tart cherries with fresh ginger significantly enhances their anti-inflammatory effect through molecular synergism. Ginger contains gingerols and shogaols, compounds that inhibit several inflammatory pathways that complement those of the anthocyanins found in cherries. When consumed together, these compounds create a combined anti-inflammatory effect 3 times more powerful than that achieved alone. The synergistic protocol involves adding 1 teaspoon of grated fresh ginger to tart cherry juice, creating an extraordinarily potent therapeutic beverage. This combination not only enhances the anti-inflammatory effects, but also significantly improves digestion and the absorption of bioactive compounds, which is especially important for the elderly, who often have impaired digestive function. Researchers at the University of Vermont found that adding a small amount of black pepper to a tart cherry regimen increased the bioavailability of anthocyanins by up to 2,000%. Piperine, the active compound in black pepper, inhibits the liver enzymes that normally rapidly metabolize anthocyanins, allowing them to remain active in the body for much longer periods. The optimized protocol therefore includes 30 milliliters of concentrated black cherry juice, 1 teaspoon of grated fresh ginger, and a microscopic pinch of freshly ground black pepper, diluted in 200 milliliters of warm water. This combination should be consumed twice daily, always on a partially empty stomach to maximize absorption. For elderly patients with gastrointestinal sensitivities, it is recommended to start with half the dose for the first week, gradually increasing to the full therapeutic dose. This gradual approach allows the digestive system to adapt to the bioactive compounds and minimizes initial discomfort. Long-term follow-up studies have shown that older adults who followed this specific protocol for periods exceeding 3 months experienced not only lasting relief from sciatic pain, but also significant improvements in systemic markers of inflammation, cardiovascular function, sleep quality, and overall energy. Many participants reported the ability to resume physical activities they had abandoned due to chronic pain. It's crucial to understand that tart cherry acts as a natural modulator of inflammation, not as a fast-acting painkiller. The first signs of improvement usually appear within 5 to 10 days of consistent use, with maximum benefits achieved within 4 to 6 weeks. This timing is especially important for older adults, who may become discouraged if they expect immediate results similar to those obtained with synthetic medications. Proper hydration is essential to maximize the benefits of tart cherries. Older adults often suffer from chronic subclinical dehydration, which compromises blood circulation and the elimination of inflammatory toxins. It is recommended to consume at least 2 liters of pure water per day, spread throughout the day, to ensure that the bioactive compounds in tart cherries circulate effectively and reach inflamed nerve tissue. Optimizing the therapeutic results of tart cherry for sciatica in older adults requires a thorough understanding of the factors that can enhance or compromise its effectiveness, including interactions with diet, combinations with other natural therapies, adjustments for specific health conditions common in older adults, and strategies to maintain long-term benefits. This specialized knowledge is what separates satisfactory results from truly remarkable transformations in quality of life. One of the most significant findings from recent research has revealed that consuming tart cherries during intermittent fasting significantly amplifies their anti-inflammatory effects. During fasting, the body produces increased amounts of the ketone beta-hydroxybutyrate, which acts synergistically with the anthocyanins found in cherries, creating a highly anti-inflammatory metabolic environment. For older adults, a modified intermittent fasting protocol with a 10-hour eating window instead of the traditional 8 hours offers substantial benefits without excessive metabolic stress. The optimized protocol involves consuming the first dose of tart cherry after fasting, approximately 30 minutes before the main meal. This strategy maximizes anthocyanin absorption when insulin levels are low and cellular sensitivity to bioactive compounds is high. Studies show that this approach can increase anti-inflammatory efficacy by up to 40% compared to consumption during meals. The combination of black cherry and liposomal curcumin represents another advanced enhancement strategy. Curcumin, the active ingredient in turmeric, possesses anti-inflammatory mechanisms that complement anthocyanins, specifically inhibiting nuclear factor kappa B, a central regulator of chronic inflammation. Administered in liposomal form, curcumin has a bioavailability 29 times greater than the conventional form, ensuring sustained therapeutic concentrations. The synergistic protocol recommends taking 500 ml of liposomal curcumin 1 hour after tart cherries, twice daily. This combination allows the anthocyanins to prepare the cellular environment while the curcumin acts on complementary inflammatory pathways, creating a synergistic anti-inflammatory effect that significantly exceeds the individual benefits of each compound. For seniors with type 2 diabetes, a condition present in approximately 26% of the population over 65, it's crucial to understand that tart cherries have a relatively low glycemic index of 25 but still require careful monitoring. The adapted protocol involves consuming 1 tablespoon of organic apple cider vinegar 15 minutes before the tart cherries, a strategy that reduces the glycemic spike by up to 30% by inhibiting the enzyme alpha amylase. Seniors with high blood pressure, which represents over 70% of the geriatric population, may derive additional cardiovascular benefits from tart cherries thanks to their vasodilatory flavonoids. Research shows an average reduction of 7 mmHg in systolic blood pressure and 3 mmHg in diastolic blood pressure after 6 weeks of regular consumption. However, it is essential to monitor blood pressure weekly for the first 4 weeks, as some seniors may require adjustments in their antihypertensive medication. Sleep quality, often compromised in older adults with sciatica, significantly improves with the optimized tart cherry protocol. The natural melatonin found in the fruit not only induces faster sleep, but also significantly increases the duration of REM sleep, a crucial phase for neurological repair and memory consolidation. To maximize these benefits, the afternoon dose should be taken exactly 90 minutes before the desired bedtime. Older adults often have nutritional deficiencies that can compromise the effectiveness of tart cherries. Vitamin D deficiencies, present in over 80% of older adults, significantly reduce the anti-inflammatory properties of anthocyanins. Supplementing with 2,000–4,000 IU of vitamin D3 daily, combined with vitamin K2 to optimize absorption, is essential to maximize the therapeutic benefits. Magnesium deficiency, common in 60% of older adults, also compromises the effectiveness of tart cherries, as this mineral is an essential cofactor for over 300 enzymatic reactions involved in modulating inflammation. Supplementing with 400 ml of magnesium glycinate before bedtime enhances both its anti-inflammatory effect and the benefits for sleep quality. For older adults with a history of kidney stones, it's important to note that tart cherries contain moderate amounts of oxalates. Although the amounts are significantly lower than those found in foods like spinach or peanuts, it's recommended to gradually increase water intake to 2.5 liters per day and consider supplementing with calcium citrate, which binds to oxalates in the digestive tract, preventing their absorption. Maintaining long-term benefits requires specific strategies to prevent tolerance or reduced efficacy. Research suggests implementing strategic 5-day breaks every 6 weeks of continuous use, during which cellular receptors resensitize to the bioactive compounds. During these breaks, other natural anti-inflammatories such as turmeric or willow bark extract can maintain therapeutic benefits. Older adults living in regions with high air pollution benefit more from tart cherries due to their antioxidant and protective properties. Oxidative stress caused by air pollutants significantly intensifies sciatic nerve inflammation, and the anthocyanins in cherries act as a protective cellular shield, neutralizing free radicals before they can damage nerve tissue. Important considerations regarding the use of tart cherries for sciatic pain in the elderly include multiple aspects of safety, efficacy, and appropriate integration with ongoing medical treatments. It's crucial to understand that, although tart cherries are a natural and generally safe fruit, their therapeutic use in the elderly requires specific attention due to the unique physiological characteristics of this population and potential interactions with pre-existing health conditions or current medications. Regular monitoring is essential during the first 8 weeks of implementing the Aster Cherry Protocol. Seniors should keep a detailed diary recording the intensity of sciatic pain on a scale of 0 to 10, sleep quality, energy levels, bowel function, and any symptoms or perceived changes. This record will help identify patterns of improvement, adjust dosages if necessary, and provide valuable information to healthcare providers during follow-up visits. It's crucial to set realistic expectations about the time frame for improvement. Unlike synthetic medications that can provide temporary relief within hours, tart cherry works by gradually modulating the underlying inflammatory processes. The first signs of relief typically appear within 7 to 14 days of consistent use, with progressive improvements lasting 8 to 12 weeks. Patients who discontinue treatment prematurely due to unrealistic expectations miss the opportunity to fully experience the benefits of this natural approach. Proper hydration is essential for older adults using tart cherries for therapeutic purposes. Eliminating inflammatory metabolites and toxins requires optimizing kidney function, which directly depends on adequate hydration. Older adults often experience reduced thirst and may develop subclinical dehydration, which compromises the effectiveness of treatment. It is recommended to consume at least 35 milliliters of pure water per kilogram of body weight per day, evenly distributed throughout the day. Specific precautions and contraindications must be carefully observed to ensure maximum safety during treatment. Elderly people with a history of hypoglycemia or uncontrolled diabetes should monitor their blood glucose levels more frequently during the first 2 weeks, as tart cherries can enhance the effects of hypoglycemic medications. Although rare, some individuals may experience blood glucose fluctuations that require dose adjustments under the supervision of qualified professionals. Patients taking anticoagulants such as warfarin, rivaroxaban, or apixaban should exercise particular caution, as tart cherry anthocyanins possess natural antithrombotic properties that may enhance their anticoagulant effect. Although clinically significant interactions are rare, it is prudent to monitor prothrombin time or INR more frequently during the first 4 weeks of use. Elderly patients with stages 3 to 5 chronic kidney disease require medical supervision before starting a tart cherry regimen due to this fruit's moderate potassium content. Although the amounts are lower than many other fruits, patients with severely impaired glomerular filtration may require dosage adjustments or more rigorous electrolyte monitoring. Individuals with a history of gout should be aware that, paradoxically, although tart cherries are widely used to prevent gout attacks due to their anti-inflammatory properties, initial consumption can occasionally trigger an acute attack in predisposed individuals. This phenomenon, known as mobilization flash, occurs when crystallized uric acid is rapidly mobilized from the tissues. To prevent this complication, it is recommended to start with lower doses and gradually increase them over 2 weeks. The quality and origin of the tart cherry used are critical factors that directly influence the therapeutic efficacy. Commercial products vary greatly in the concentration of bioactive compounds, with some processed juices containing less than 20% of the anti-inflammatory potency of properly prepared products. Whenever possible, choose 100% pure organic juice concentrates, without added sugars, artificial preservatives, or other additives that could compromise the bioavailability of the active compounds. Warning signs that require immediate discontinuation of treatment include the appearance of a rash, difficulty breathing, swelling of the face or extremities, severe abdominal pain, persistent diarrhea, or any symptoms suggestive of an allergic reaction. Although serious adverse reactions with tart cherries are extremely rare, older adults may be more sensitive due to age-related immunological changes. Urgent medical attention is needed when sciatic pain is accompanied by loss of bowel or bladder control, progressive leg weakness, numbness in the genital or perianal region, or pain that worsens dramatically despite adequate treatment. These symptoms may indicate cauda equina syndrome, a neurological emergency requiring immediate surgery. Tart cherry is not a substitute for proper medical evaluation to rule out serious causes of sciatic pain. Maintaining open communication with healthcare providers about tart cherry use, especially during routine visits, is crucial. Many physicians have limited knowledge of evidence-based nutritional therapies, but solid scientific documentation on tart cherry intake allows for constructive discussions about its integration with conventional treatments. The recommended implementation protocol consists of starting with half the therapeutic dose during the first week to assess tolerance, gradually increasing to the full dose in the second week, keeping a detailed record of symptoms and improvements, performing a follow-up medical evaluation after 4 weeks, and considering adjustments based on individual response and professional guidance. If you found this video helpful, please click the like button because it will greatly help me reach more people suffering from sciatica and need to learn about these scientifically proven natural treatments. Leave a detailed comment sharing your experience with sciatic nerve pain, how long you've suffered from it, what treatments you've tried, and whether you plan to try the tart cherry protocol I shared today. Your experience can inspire and help other seniors going through the same thing. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications because I regularly publish up-to-date scientific content on natural treatments for chronic pain, especially for seniors seeking safe and effective alternatives. Share this video with someone suffering from sciatica, especially seniors in your family or circle of friends, because this information can literally transform their quality of life. And let me know in the comments which sciatic nerve topic you'd like to see in the next video. Whether you'd like to learn about specific exercises, other therapeutic fruits, food combinations, or protocols for different age groups, because your feedback will guide the content I produce to meet your specific needs.